Hello, Ellen Mclain. My name is Samantha Skinner. I'm a 20-year-old Canadian girl. And I have done these voice recordings now over and over again to try to get this right. Either my cat meows in the middle of it, I mess up, and then I get frustrated, but I've decided that I'm just going to do it and roll with it. First of all, my main reason for making a video and voice recording for you is to congratulate you on your nomination for Best Performance by Human Female. I think, hands down, not only the most memorable out of the nominees, you are also the most inspirational and iconic, and you've put so much emotion into the character GLaDOS that there's no competition. Even back in Portal 1 days, I remember playing the game and listening to the dialogue that GLaDOS would say and thinking to myself, there's always more to this. There's more than to what she's telling us. I think that is something really key and really important in a good video game and in really good voice acting. You definitely hit the nail with the hammer on that one, because even in Portal 2, listening to how GLaDOS speaks and just that emotion, how she starts off kind of just maybe unsure of her abilities at the time, and then going to just her usual cocky self. Well, maybe not cocky, but it's just awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved the game. And ironically enough, I play them often so much. In Portal 1, I'm able to beat the game in under half an hour. I have memorized a lot of the speech. Most of the speech in Portal 1 I have memorized. Ending sequence, opening sequences, the chambers, so on and so forth. And it's getting to be that way now with Portal 2, and a lot of my friends kind of laugh. They're like, if Ellen Mclain knew you did this, which I think is kind of funny. Actually, I have to thank my friends right now, because they're the ones that kept telling me, talk to Ellen Mclain, email her, see if maybe guys can start emailing each other. And I'm like, no, I don't want to bother her. She's not interested in me. I'm just a fan. But, you know what? If you listen to this, thank you. If you reply to it, thank you very much. And hey, you know what? If you don't have anyone to go to the VGA'S with, other than your husband, I would be more than happy to go with you. It's my lifelong dream, and I'm definitely available. But other than that, I also, I actually want to thank you. I want to thank you for being inspirational. When I first got into the field of computer animation, it was hard because I didn't know if it was my niche. I started doing computer animation a couple years ago. I was the only female in my class for 2 years, and I started this in high school as a dual enrollment student. And believe it or not, I did win an award my first year in. I won the National Technical Honor Society. But even that, at the time when I won that, that's when I had found my inspiration. But before then, I didn't feel like it was my niche, and I felt like I was making the wrong choice. But then, I actually started playing Portal 1, and you know what? As weird as this sounds, that was it. Once I played that game was so inspirational because, and the voice, the character, because you're the only character that speaks. So you're like the voice of Portal 1. So when I played this game, it was so different from a lot of the other games that I've had played. It's so small, but yet so big. There's a lot that they don't tell you, which leads you to make it all up yourself. And that was amazing to me. You didn't, you were in this mysterious aperture science testing facility and, enrichment center, and you're just doing these puzzles. You have no idea why you're there, and it's just amazing. I wanted more. Once I was done, I'm like, there needs to be a Portal 2. Years later, Portal 2. Oh my god. I actually pre-ordered it years before it was announced. And I have receipts to prove it. I found it on the computer, on this website. This GameStop had a little thing, and that's beside the point. So, when I started playing this game and I saw how different it was, I said to myself, I want to make games like this. I want to be hired by this company. And I played Half-Life and fell in love with the company even more. Half-Life 2 and the episodes that are out are just phenomenal. The way that you use physics to complete these puzzles, and just the way the characters interact and the facial expressions, the voice acting, it's amazing. And Team Fortress 2 is even really amazing too. It's just that weird little quirkiness about it, and all the little memes on the internet is just phenomenal. Valve. I am so dedicated actually to get a job with Valve that I model almost 24/7 as much as I can. I'm interested in a job at their company anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's janitorial, doesn't matter if it's just filing papers, answering the phone, personal assistance, or actually doing work on anything. I am that dedicated to get hired by them. I also really love Left 4 Dead, and how that even has a story to it that we don't know more, we want to know more about. But really, it's been my dream, other than going to the VGA'S with you, it's been my dream to be hired by Valve. I have been working toward this very hard, and I find right now that it's hard for me to get my voice out there. And I thought, as weird as it sounds, a lot of people are using YouTube. And, it's a little weird because I don't see myself being able to make this work, but just like my mom and I say, you gotta try, right? So I'm trying, and I'm trying to get myself out there and continue my education, and I'm gonna do this. I am working very hard to do this. So I just want to thank you for that, because I don't know if you realize it, but you do inspire me in that way. It has been my dream to actually speak to you, have a one-on-one with you, just asking questions about your experiences with Portal 2 and Portal 1. And I'm sure you've have answered these many times, but it's different when I ask them and hear it, because I don't know, it's just one of those things. Maybe you know what I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just weird. But I've always wanted to meet you, and I've always wanted to talk to you. And I heard when you went to that one convention, I wanted to go. I listened to the Caboose interview, and I thought it was amazing. And I kept, joking with my friends, oh, I want that opportunity. I want to be able to Skype with Ellen Mclain. I want to be able to see her at a convention. I want to be able to meet her. But I never really took any effort. And my mom and my best friend was like, make an effort, do it. You never know what's going to happen. So here's my effort, Ellen Mclain. Would you be willing to Skype with me? Or maybe if you're in the Orlando, Florida area, I don't know, have an interview with me, or take me up on that offer to the VGA'S. Because you would make me the happiest fan in the world. You really would. And I understand that that's not an easy task, but I am just floored by your talent, and your singing, and your husband's talent. So I appreciate you listening to this. I really do. So if you do listen to this, I just want to thank you. And before I keep chattering and possibly waste more time, I want to say goodbye, and I wish you good luck on the nominations for Best Performance by a Female, because you're going to win this. You have to win this. Bye, Ellen.